everybody, Punisher88 here, coming at you once again with another lame supervillain of the week. Now before I get into that, there's a couple things I want to mention. The first one being, I'm happy to say that I got a 5th entrant into my 100 subscriber contest, so I'd like to thank Coast and Bromstar for entering. I know I commented on your video already, but again, thank you. And the second thing I wanted to mention is concerning a couple tags that I'm in. So the first one being probably, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow, I will do my response to the Star Wars tag, the top 50 comic tag. I'll show you here. I got the books ready. Now I just got to do the video. So there's that. And then this morning I was tagged by Chris in a hashtag 4loves video. So I gotta try and come up with something about that. If I don't do a response to that this week, then probably next week I will, so it gives me time to think about what to say and whatever. So anyway, so I just wanted to mention that first. So now let's get to our lame supervillain this week. So today we're taking a look at a villain by the name of Big Wheel. Yeah. These names, man. Anyway, he made his first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man issue 182 in July of 1978, and he was created by the team of Marv Wolfman, Ross Andru, and Mike Esposito. So, here's our story. Jackson Wheel is a businessman who has embezzled from his company. Fearing that he might be caught, he hires a youthful criminal by the name of Rocket Racer, who I might keep in mind for a future lame supervillain of the week. Anyway, so he hires a guy named Rocket Racer to steal the evidence that incriminates him. However, Rocket Racer decides to use the evidence to blackmail Wheel, and instead, so despairing, with all this going on, Wheel tries to commit suicide, but Rocket Racer prevents him from doing so. However, Racer is not particularly kind to Mr. Wheel, so he's not kind to him, in ways of like how he refers to him, like he calls him, Big Wheel and all this stuff. So humiliated by Rocket Racer's taunts, Wheel visits this mechanical genius, and he's also an underworld supplier called the Tinkerer, or he's a villain called the Tinkerer, who Rocket Racer was talking about and saying that he upgraded his equipment and everything. So whatchamacallit, when Jackson Wheel goes to see him, he really urges the Tinkerer to create this large metal wheel that can climb up buildings and whatnot, and it also has guns and these like giant mechanical arms on it. So basically Jackson Wheel really urges the Tinkerer to make it for him. So with this new vehicle, Wheel becomes the supervillain known as Big Wheel. Newly empowered, Big Wheel hunts down and chases Rocket Racer across the city. And in the progress, he ends up fighting Spider-Man. And at the time, we find out Spider-Man is trying to hunt down Rocket Racer as well. Unfortunately, Wheel kind of lacks the practice in using his new device. And in the heat of the battle, the big wheel topples off a high rooftop and plunges into the Hudson River. Spider-Man tries to save him, but comes up empty-handed. He presumes Jackson Wheel died when the big wheel vehicle sank to the bottom of the river. Now, we take a little pause, and now it's time for the return. Big Wheel did not appear in another comic book for more than 20 years. Just shows how popular he was. However, the story was picked up again by writer Christos Gage, and as often happens in the comic medium, Wheel survives his seemingly deadly encounter, and he turns up again with his big wheel while Spider-Man is in combat with Stiltman. Now, remember him? I did one of these on him. I think it was one of the first ones I did. This time, Big Wheel attempts to help Spider-Man. Although, due to his interference, Stiltman escapes, and confronted by Spider-Man, Wheel reveals that since their last meeting, he went to jail for embezzlement, and he joined a group called Villanon. And we find out it's kind of a Alcoholics Anonymous for supervillains. I don't make this stuff up. And in fact, his attempt to help Spider-Man was part of his 12-step program. So, out of pity, Spider-Man lets Big Wheel accompany him for the rest of the day. And while foiling a bank robbery, the pair confronts the Shocker. And although they defeat him, Jackson Wheel finally realizes that he's really not cut out for, superheroics. And he now makes his living using his big wheel rig in demolition derbies, and he also does speaking at events for Villanon. There's a couple other iterations or whatever of the character. So the big wheel is discussed in the Spectacular Spider-Man issue 21 during a superhero poker game. Spider-Man tells Mr. Fantastic that the big wheel is one of the craziest things he's ever seen, along with a gang of mimes. And after mentioning that, the Human Torch tells Spider-Man that he's met the man at this bar called the Rusty Nail, which I think is like in the Marvel universe kind of like a famous bar for like villains or whatever, or heroes, and I don't know. Anyway, I've heard that place mentioned before. Anyway, so the Human Torch says that he's met the guy at the Rusty Nail, and he's working as a security guard. And the Torch also claims that the Wheel's first name is Axel. Get it? Wheel, Axel. Anyway. And although he mentions that, we kind of figure that he's kind of just joking around. So, anyway. In the Civil War storyline, Big Wheel is shown being chased by Harbor Patrol, implying that he returned to superheroics despite the doubts he kind of had in the Spider-Man Unlimited series. In a later issue, he's brought in by Spider-Man and Iron Man concerning black market connections, and Iron Man believes that he may have aided a villain by the name of Ezekiel Stane. Jackson later returns in a more jagged version of the Big Wheel machine and joins Blackout and other villains in a mission to kill Ghost Rider. Good luck with that. In the Marvel Now event, Big Wheel's original vehicle later resurfaces in the possession of a character named Overdrive, who upgrades it with his technological powers and uses it as a personal vehicle during his time in the Sinister Six. And the Superior Spider-Man is later able to reverse the changes that Overdrive did to the machine, and Superior Spider-Man restores it. He restores the Big Wheel to its intended appearance and power. Big Wheel is later forced into committing crimes such as stealing a pair of prized alpacas. Anyway, for a character named Lady Caterpillar, who had abducted his girlfriend Rebecca Townley. Okay, powers and abilities. To be honest, Jackson Wheel has no superpowers, but he drives a large metal wheel, which is equipped with guns and what they call Waldo arms. So there's like these big, giant mechanical arms. Anyway, some notable appearances of Big Wheel. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 182, obviously his first appearance. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 183. Spider-Man Unlimited issue 12. The Spectacular Spider-Man issue 21. Civil War Frontline issue 8. The Invincible Iron Man issue 7. Ghost Riders Heaven's on Fire issue number 3. And Superior Spider-Man number 1. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed another week of lame supervillainness. And if you did, give this video a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Yes, I said thumbs down. Let's be honest, no one's perfect. So if I do get a thumbs down, that just means I gotta work harder on pleasing you guys. And if you enjoy other videos like this one, take a look around my channel. I got plenty of them. So, also, while checking out my channel and checking out the various videos I have to offer you guys, feel free to comment on anything. Feel free to like or dislike anything. And before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty, so that's it for now, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Thursday comic review. To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm going to be reviewing tomorrow, because there was some pretty good books came out last week. I kind of have a feeling what I'm kind of aiming towards to review, but I'll look through some of my books and whatnot to, get a good idea. Alrighty, so that's it for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so till then, this is Punisher88 signing off. See ya. Come on.